So I just came up with this genius idea. Why don't I try making the same game in 1 minute, 1 hour and 1 day? Yeah, I know what you're thinking. How is he ever going to make a game in just 1 minute? Well, don't you worry about that. I'm a professional game developer. I've been making games for almost 5 years and I've got absolutely no idea. Okay, we need a plan. It needs to be something simple that doesn't require too much coding. Hey, I think I got it. So you are going to be this circle and you have to dodge other circles falling from the sky. If you touch one, you die. Sounds easy enough. All I have to do is to randomly spawn circles on top and they will automatically fall. Because, you know, physics. Okay, here we go. I'll start the timer. What should I do? Quickly, create a circle. Okay, add a box collider. Let's duplicate this and add a rigid body as well. I'll make a prefab of this and now we need a script. The fastest way I can make it work is by moving the player using the mouse. Okay, now we need to spawn the enemy. Oh no, I forgot to make it public. Now let's instantiate it. I ran out of time. This is way harder than I thought. I'll have to practice for a bit if I want to make it in time. So after countless attempts, I finally managed to get the following run. So just like before, we create a game object, we add the components required, then we make a prefab, and now we have to quickly write a C# script. By using some clever code snippets, we can quickly write all this code in less than 30 seconds. Now I just need to drag this over here. Come on! And there we go, we have a game made in 1 minute. Yeah, I know, it looks kinda terrible. I mean, at least it's working. It's a 1 minute game, what did you expect? Of course it's gonna be bad. Time to move on to the 1 hour game. Since we have way more time on our hands, we can do something much better. You know, like an actual game. This time I have a way cooler idea. I'm going to add music and spawn circles to the beat. I found this awesome free song which I can add to the game, but I want to make it loopable. What if we remove this part? Okay, that'll have to do. I'll need to add some delay to the circles so they are somewhat synced to the music. This seems to work alright, but there is one thing I overlooked in the 1 minute version of the game. I need to destroy the circles when they exit the screen, you know, just so we don't end up with thousands of objects lagging the game. I also want to restrict the player movement area to this square, because squares are cool, I guess. And I want you to have some proper reaction time. So that means the player can't be standing near the edge of the screen. The game is coming together nicely, but it could use some more variety. I want to add a few more spawn patterns, like slowly rotating the spawn direction over time, or spawning circles from left and right. That means it's time to... And wow, we're already running out of time. Let's make this game look better by adding some post-processing. Unity's particle system, camera shaking to the beat, more color effects. I only have 3 more minutes left. Last thing I'll do is add a timer to display how long you've survived and this end screen over here. Okay, just call this reset function and there we go, we have a game made in 1 hour. Well, here's the game. This actually turned out to be really fun. The way the circles alternate between different spawn patterns make the gameplay really engaging, as you never know what to expect. In fact, it's so much fun that I just can't stop playing this goddamn game. But we gotta do what we gotta do. And at last, we have the 1 day game. This time I'm thinking of transforming this game concept into some sort of rhythm game. Instead of playing the same song over and over, I want to add multiple songs to the game. Which probably means something like, I don't know, 2 songs. This time your movement area will be restricted to this circle. No, I'm not running out of ideas. I just want the player to have an equal reaction time no matter where the circles are coming from. I also want to make actual maps with circles that are synced to the music. This way we can make some more recognizable patterns, unlike those random ones from the 1 hour game. Luckily I found this detailed article about how to make a rhythm game in Unity. So first we have to calculate the number of seconds in each beat, we will then get the song position in beats, we divide this into loops depending on the number of beats, and then yeah, screw all this, it's way too complicated. I actually have a much better idea. First I need to find the actual BPM of the song. For that I'm going to use the editor of my favorite rhythm game. Just drop the MP3 over here, and now using the timing panel I can find the BPM of the song by tapping to the beat. Okay, this song seems to be about 145 BPM. We just need to adjust the offset a little bit, and there we go, it's perfectly synced to the beat. Now I can start placing the notes. If you are wondering why I did all that, it's because OSU will generate a file for us which contains the timestamp of every object in milliseconds. So all we have to do is take this offset and use it as a delay for spawning circles in our game. Pretty smart, right? I wrote a scriptable object which will contain the actual maps, and now I just have to copy the offset values from the OSU file.
1 hour later.
This is taking forever, and I'm not even halfway there yet. I ended up writing a short script which automatically reads the song file for us. All I have to do is press this button, select the song file, and boom! Every object has the right offset now. Then of course I also had to create a system which allows us to input many different patterns in which the circles can go. Now I just have to finish making the rest of the map. This was a pain to do though. I had to replay this over and over to test my patterns, and I would keep losing track of what beat is what. To make things a bit easier, I ended up coding some variables which would allow me to start playing the song from a certain point in time. This mostly worked, but there was a small problem. What? What is this? How am I supposed to dodge that? Well, we have less than 12 hours left, but I've been making some good progress. Unlike the previous games, this time we have a simple start menu and a song select screen. I also added the ability to preview a song by hovering over it, which is pretty cool. Instead of keeping track of time, I decided to display the remaining percentage of the song. Then I made an options menu and added things like the ability to turn off camera shake, as quite a few people were complaining about it in my 1-hour game. By this point, it was getting pretty late and I was starting to get really tired. However, there was one thing left to do: making a second song. Hopefully with much better mapping and more unique patterns. But for that we need a faster song, like the ones you find in crazy Japanese rhythm games. Luckily, I remembered about this really cool album from a few years ago with songs made specifically for rhythm games. The album is called Without Permission and you are allowed to use songs in your own rhythm game, with a few conditions that is. And it's finally done. This song is so much fun. I still have a few more hours left, but it's 4 AM in the morning. Please send help. I'm going to sleep. So there you have it, the same game made 3 times, in 1 minute, 1 hour and 1 day. Overall, I'm really happy with how all the games turned out. Be sure to comment down below which one was your favorite. I'll include links in the description so you can play the 1 hour and the 1 day versions. As for the 1 minute game, come on, do you really want to play that? For my next video, I'm going to be participating in the Epic Mega Jam and try to make a game using Unreal Engine for the first time. After the whole Unity debacle last week, I realized that it's really important to diversify your skill set and not go all in on a single engine. And who knows, maybe I'll end up liking Unreal even more than Unity. Until then, be sure to smash subscribe and see you in the next one.